Let's talk favorite things for the media room. If we're going to talk about the media room, we kind of have to split it into two different categories. There are the things that make it feel good, and then there's the things that make it work well. So first, let's talk about the feel, because defining the look, the feel, the design aesthetic of your media room is what will create the magnet that makes you want to go there. What did we start with? We started with a bedroom. It was a bedroom that had 2 beds in it, dusty rows, and not a lot of design inspiration. However, this room was well located. It's on the ground floor at the back of the house and seemed to be the right destination to create the media room. If you are lucky enough to have space in your home, I highly recommend investing in creating a dedicated zone where you can watch a great movie, binge watch your favorite television show, play games, hang out, and have it be a zone that is separated from the rest of the house. A place where kids can go to be kids, but also us as adults can just put away all the cares of the day and unwind. That's really what a media room is to me. It doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to work. One of the big considerations for me is that Haus Heidi, as seen on Sarah's Mountain Escape on HGTV, is a rental house. It's a ski chalet, it's in Whistler, and it can sleep a lot of people. So this media room needs to be able to work for as many people as possible. That is a key concern. Sofas only come so big, sectionals only come so big. The room is shaped in a certain way. So how do you create the space that works for the greatest number of people? If you're thinking about a room that needs to be able to do double duty, and lots of times you may have a room that needs to be able to flex and become a guest room or extra sleeping accommodations, this is a consideration. Here's an honest truth. I'm not someone who loves a sofa bed. Never have. Never will.
I'll vouch for that.
Had to sleep on one as a kid. Not by choice. Didn't like it. Still remember the sheets. No. I do not want people sleeping on sofa beds. My goal for this space was, how can I find a great comfy sofa that also is a great comfy bed? This is not an easy thing to find, but I think I found it. So I found it's called the Floatable, or maybe it's Floatibo, or Floatable. Well, however you pronounce it, I just have to say, oh no, because it's now, unfortunately, discontinued. Boo. It was a day bed from IKEA, designed to be slept on. The mattress lifts up, the bedding gets stored underneath. It's so smart. It's 48 inches deep, 48 inches deep and 78 inches wide. So this is bigger than a twin size bed. What's cool is if it's movie night, it can fit at least 4 people on each one. I stacked 2 of them end to end. So easily you've got room for 8 people. It's so deep, you're just so lounged back in there. It comes with these heavy bolster pillows that stay in place. So you can adjust them if you want to sit more upright or if you want to lean back. It's really smart. Here's what's great about it. You buy double sheets, they fit over the mattress. And so this isn't somebody crashing on the sofa. This is somebody can actually sleep on a proper bed. And this gives us a +2 flex in a rental house. This is smart. If you're thinking about a rental, think about how you can create those flex spaces that actually work. Okay. That's ingredient number 1 when we think about design. You have to think about color palette. I wanted something that would be kid-friendly, renter-friendly, and I wanted something that felt moody and dark and kind of night sky. We've got charcoals, we've got teals, we've got inky, kind of nightshade blues. We've taken the color palette and we've really enveloped it. It is everywhere. It is on the walls. This is my own wallpaper. It's really fun for me as a designer when I get to embrace a product that I've actually designed and to use it. So this is my palm weave wallpaper from my Brewster collection that I've put on the walls. And the reason I wanted to do this is I like being able to add that layer of texture. And when you think about wallpaper, it's not always a big, bold floral. It doesn't have to be super look at me. One of my favorite ways to use wallpaper is when it just lends that subtle textural element to a room. That is what this does. Let's look at the trim detail, because traditionally you're going to think about painting your trim white, right? Well, in this case, wrong. I decided to match the color of the trim to the color of the wallpaper, just because I didn't want it to feel bright and white. Similar to the mudroom, I wanted it to have that deeper, moodier feel. That's what I did. When we're thinking about a media room, some people might want to enjoy an afternoon matinee. People might want to be able to get in there and enjoy that room at any time of day. So think about how the extra elements that you introduce into a room that are practical can also help you. What am I talking about here? Window coverings. We've installed blackout lining in Roman shades, and the Roman shades themselves are made from wool fabric. So the fabric is thick and soft and sound absorbing. Sound absorption is a critical element in this room. And one of the things that we prioritized in this house was making sure we used a ton of sound insulation. We used rock wool safe and sound insulation throughout this house. And if you're wondering, Sarah, where did you insulate? I'm gonna tell you, everywhere. We insulated every cavity, every wall, every ceiling, because if you've got that bass booming and you're watching a great movie and you're enjoying it and I'm upstairs, I don't want to hear it and I don't want to feel it. I don't want people being kept up by who's enjoying the media room. And also I'm super conscious about sound transfer. So this is something I would always recommend. Never underestimate the high impact that a small investment makes in the early stages of your renovation, because you know what you can't do? You can't go back and do it later. So you want to plan ahead. What else are you going to plan ahead on? Let's think about what your viewing experience is. Being able to experience a truly enjoyable media environment is awesome. And that is where the projector comes in. So we installed a projector on the ceiling, and we have a retractable screen. The amazing thing is this screen is opaque, so it just drops down in front of the window. How smart is that? And then it disappears up into nothing. This screen is 10 feet wide. And so this is a big, fabulous, epic picture here. It's crystal clear. Once you combine those blackout blinds with the projection screen, you truly feel like you're in a theater. This is something that has to be wired in the early days of your project, so make sure you're thinking ahead and planning ahead to make sure you're going to get exactly what you want. Then you've got the picture, you also need to have the sound. You have to have great sound if you're in a media room. And we decided that for a rental project, it's important to make sure that you've got systems that work for the greatest number of people possible that are as easy as possible. So that's where Sonos comes in. And you've probably heard about Sonos. You may have the app installed on your phone. The wonderful thing about it is it's wireless. We have units that are throughout the entire house because we like a house that is filled with music anywhere and everywhere at all times of day or night, and that can be easily programmed or used or controlled right from your phone. So if a guest arrives and they don't have the Sonos app, they can just put it on their phone and boom, they're in business controlling this whole environment. It's as easy as that. What you unboxing?
I'm unboxing a Sonos 5. These things are awesome. Super handy, great sound, easy to set up. Love these things. Sonos really has hit it out of the park with their products. And they're very pretty because they're white.
Who likes white?
Oh, I know somebody who quite likes white.
Who?
You. But this is what I love. This is how hard it is to set up. You take the plug it in, go to your Sonos app, connect it up, and you're in business. We will have music in mere seconds.
You've got the enjoyment factor. Let's talk about a few practical things. When you think about the furniture elements that you'll introduce into a room, sometimes you want them to be flexible. And so in front of our 2 daybed sofas, I've got a series of bunching tables, a group of little tables. There's some ottomans, there's some tables. They're different heights and they're different sizes. And the great thing about this is instead of having that one massive block in the room, that inflexible, immovable piece, it allows you to bring the table up exactly where you need it or where your friend wants it. Do you want to put your feet up? Do you want to put your drink down? Do you need to lay out some snacks? This is what I like about bunching tables is max flexibility. I also wanted to make sure we had max open floor space because in our family, we are fans of having a little Just Dance marathon. you know, little competition. And if you're gonna do that, you need to be able to move all the tables out of the way. And I just really thought it was important for our guests, for renters, to have that flexibility to program the room however they want. So instead of thinking about one big table, one of my favorite things is think about a combination of little tables. Then, not everybody wants to snuggle on that sofa. Some people are together people, they want to get cozy underneath the blanket, and other people are more, I'd like to have my own space. So I've added a pair of chairs here, and the great thing is these are high back swivel chairs. So you can be comfortable, you can have your own space, and nobody touching you. This is the thing about a media room. This is the thing about any space in any home, is you have to think about who might be using it, what will their tastes and preferences be. Storage is always a key component here. Here's a fun hack. Instead of buying a big console or a media cabinet, you know what I did? I bought a series of refrigerator cabinets from Kitsch. Now, you've probably seen me do this before. I've been using refrigerator cabinets to make all sorts of things for a really long time because I like to reinterpret. I don't like to follow the rules. You may tell me it's a refrigerator cabinet. Nuh-uh. I think it is a great media room cabinet. And so I hung them low, and then I got a single piece of Caesar stone and I wrapped it up and over. I didn't pay to build up the edge on the Caesar stone. I just used the 3/4 inch thick with a crisp mitered waterfall edge, and I wrapped these refrigerator cabinets, put on a small discreet little pull, and now look at this huge long surface that we have running beneath the projector screen. So this is a place to store components, to store games, toys, extra throws, whatever you need. Never underestimate the importance of storage. It's funny because when I think about some of my favorite things, I've loved them for so long. I have been a fan of the Ptolemaio light by Artemide for so long. I've had it as a bedside light, a desk light, a big floor lamp, and this to me is a design classic. So I bought 2 of these to mount on the wall so that it acts as general illumination if you want a reading light. It's a bedside light, and it just gives that little nod of great design. Oh, last thing. New thing I've never done before, almost forgot to tell you about. How could I forget? The floor. Look at the carpeting on the floor. This is not wall to wall. This is not an area rug. This is carpet tile. These are 10-inch by 40-inch fusion flooring carpet tiles, and I got them in 2 different colors. And then I decided to create this striped pattern. So think about it. You could have fun. You could do longitudinal stripes like I did. You could do lateral stripes. You could create a basket weave pattern. You can really do whatever you want. But what is so smart about carpet tiles is, will there be spills in a media room? You know there's gonna be. So all you have to do is pull up one tile and replace it. You don't have to replace all the broadloom or send the whole area rug out to be cleaned. Smart, it's crisp, it's contemporary, it looks good. That's the media room. What do you think? Want to join me? Watch a movie? Kick back? I got a TV show you might want to watch.